Should I delete my father's sinful WhatsApp messages, or just detest them in my heart? Um, if it's something your father sent to you directly, and it was the nature of it is sinful, just like insulting language or something like this. As long as it's on your phone, you can do what you want with it, right? You can delete it, uh, you can screenshot it if you want, but it's better, like if it's going to upset you, or if it's something really, heinous, then yes, yeah, delete it. You're not obliged to, but yeah, if it's going to give you peace of mind. If he has done something, then yes, obviously, if it's something wrong and haram, then hate it in your heart. And if possible, advise your father. Imam al-Ghazali talks about, the conditions of prohibiting the wrong, and in his discussion on that, he talks about with parents. And so you have to be very careful with parents, because we're told to show them respect and kindness, and even if they're doing something wrong, وإن جاهداك على أن تشرك بالله شيئا فلا تطعهما وصاحبهما في الدنيا معروفا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, after telling us, he told human beings, believers, to be good to their parents. He said, even if they're forcefully trying to make you worship something else with Allah, don't obey them. Right? You don't have to obey them in that, but maintain their company. Accompany them in this life, ma'roof, and in a way that's universally recognized as being good. So advise your father, and if you have, if he's going to listen. Sometimes, people are just so shut off. Advising them, and وَسَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Like in the Quran, it's the same whether you warn them or you don't warn them, right? They don't believe. So that's with Iman and Kufr. But sometimes with, rulings and the Sharia, some people just don't want to know, especially if it's coming to them from their child. 19-year-old, Sonny comes along and says, Dad, you're doing this wrong. There's obviously a way of doing it, and if you're going to say it in a way that's going to anger him, or just come off as holier than thou, then yeah, he's not going to listen. But if you can speak to him and say, look, Dad, I don't think it's a good thing, good idea to. It's not a good idea to be using language like this, or to be saying or doing these sorts of things. And then just say it once, and if he doesn't listen, then you've done your job. Allah knows best. But the way to approach it is by advising with sincerity. Do you have to delete all of this? No. If it's on like a group chat and you're the admin, sometimes you have to look at, is the issue going to become worse? And knowing that people can be like this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still commanded us to maintain these ties of relationships. So sometimes it's better to, unless someone's being harmed or someone's rights are being trampled on or something, if it's just in terms of interaction, sometimes it's better to just try to maintain a situation where there is no conflict. And sometimes it's better to even distance yourself from someone, rather than be close to them but in constant conflict. So if it's on a group, and you can try to delete it if it's going to be beneficial, right? If it's just going to lead to further conflict, be careful.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله